Namaste, welcome, welcome, welcome. Let's come on to our mats. Have available to ourselves whatever we need during our practice to raise the earth towards us, or whether we need to rise and move towards balance, so being close to a wall. Have available your blocks, a low footstool, a low chair, folded blanket, a cushion, and perhaps a belt or strap, or a long scarf or tie. Coming into Sukhasana on your mat. Lengthen your spine. Rise up from the pelvic bowl. Let's bring our hands into Hridaya Mudra. Hridaya means compassionate heart. So folding the index finger to the base of the index and the thumb, that fleshy part that's between the index and the thumb. And then bring the middle and ring fingers to the tip of the thumb and little fingers extended. So you've created this circuit, this lock of finding balance between the element of fire, space, and water. Palms face up on your knees. Our practice today is transformation through love, or a way for us to embody love in action. For those of us who are engaged in creating change, either within us or around us. Sometimes love can feel somewhat distant as we become very much focused on the here and now, on the doing of getting things done, and perhaps becoming separated or disconnected from the inspiration of love, of compassion, of empathy for the self or for others. Sometimes many harsh words can be spoken or heard. To reconnect with love, with compassion, with empathy, however challenging it might feel sometimes. Through this value of love, we can embrace change. We can embrace others as we change together, as we transform together. Our mantra for today is Aham Prema. I am love. Aham Prema. Aham, I am. Prema, love. This love is a universal love, a compassionate love, a love rooted in the universality of our humanity. We'll chant Aham Prema 3 times and then open by chanting Om 3 times. Inhale fully to prepare. Aham Prema. Aham Prema. Aham Prema. Om. 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 Take a moment here. And then when you're ready, open your eyes. We're going to start our practice unusually by coming to lie on the earth. Have available your strap if you wish to use it. to wrap around the heel. You can have substitutes by using a tie or a dressing gown belt. Create lots of space for yourself so that you can reach overhead with your arms. Have your arms alongside your body for the moment. Settle here onto the earth. Soften through all of your joints, starting from the toes, working your way through all of the joints of the feet, the ankles, the knees, the hips, all of the length of the spine, the shoulders, the elbows, the wrists, all of the joints in the hands, the fingers. Softening the jaw, the eyebrow center, the crown. Take 3 full breaths here. And with each out breath, soften, release. With each in breath, embrace and rise. Drawing in love to the heart space. And as you exhale, releasing love into the earth. I'm going to go into a practice called pendiculation. This is when we stretch and tense and contract throughout the whole of the body. And then we soften. It's what we tend to do when we wake up in the morning by yawning. Or something that we observe intuitively in animals. It helps to release tension, stress, deactivates our nervous system so that we can connect with love. Inhaling, reach overhead with your arms and take a full breath in. And as you do, flex through the feet, stretch through the fingers and arms. And as you exhale, soften. Inhale to tense, contract, activate throughout your body. So hugging the muscles to the bones, draw the navel to the spine, flex the feet, stretch through the fingers. And then as you exhale, yawn, soften through your body. One more time. Inhale to tense all the way through, flexing the feet, perhaps curling in the toes, hugging in the bones towards the muscles towards the bones, and then perhaps drawing the bones of the opposite limbs towards each other. Exhale to soften and release. Bring your arms alongside your body. Now observe the experience of your body. How much more connected with a relaxation response. Aham Prema. Aham Prema. Aham Prema. As you inhale, let's bend into the right knee and hug the right knee in. Ardha Pavan Muktasana. Flex the toe. On the next inhale, draw the eyebrow center towards the knee. Exhale to release. Twice more on the inhale. Exhale to release. Inhale to lift the eyebrow center, the Agnya chakra. Exhale to release. Take a moment here, and then let's wind the right arm through the inside of that right knee and take hold of the outside edge of your right foot. Perhaps you double wrap your arm round. Perhaps you take your peace fingers around the big toe. Coming into Ardha Ananda Balasana, half happy baby pose. Take the left hand and place it on the top of your left thigh so that you are holding that hip and leg down towards the earth. Take the sole of that right foot towards the sky. Hug in the knee towards the armpit. Breathe into the inner hip flexors here. Now, if you wish, this is where I'm going to invite you to take hold of your strap or belt and wrap it around the base of your foot to extend your right leg up towards the sky. Or if you are connected with the big toe, you can maintain the hand to foot connection. Now here, if you have a belt wrapped around or whether you have your hand connected to your foot, push through the heel for a moment and then soften your knee in towards you. Imagine that you are pushing the strap away from you. It's a very gentle pulsation here, drawing that knee in towards you and then releasing that foot towards the sky. So we're priming, we're activating our body. This is the way that we have to prime and activate ourselves for love, for receiving and offering love. And now let's hold the leg here for 3 breaths here. My friends, you now have the option of placing your left hand on your left thigh and taking your right leg out to the side, down towards the earth. Supta Padangusthasana. Three more breaths here. Inhaling, let's bring that right leg back to center. Bend into the knee, release your strap if you're using a strap. And then let's hug that knee in one more time in Ardha Padangusthasana. From here, we're going to take the right knee over our body. So let's take the left hand to the outside of the right knee. Right arm away from your body. As you exhale, bring that right knee over to the left, and as you gently roll onto the left hip here. Keep that left hand on top of that right knee. Right arm extended out to the side. You might wish to help to draw the rib cage more towards the left by drawing that left hand across your rib cage. You might want to take the right hand from the left shoulder and draw it across the collarbone all the way to the right shoulder so that you're creating this twist to the left from the mid-thoracic and from the upper thoracic out. So upper thoracic to the right, the lower thoracic and the lumbar to the left. Bring to your mind all of the ways in which you love, how you express your love, how you experience love, how you talk about love, how you feel about love. Inhale, moving with care back to center. Take a moment here, and then let's release that right foot down to the earth. Realign your spine here, so you may need to shift your hips and pelvis so you come back to center. And when you're ready, my friends, hug in the left knee towards you, coming into Ardha Pavan Muktasana, half wind relieving pose. Have your chin slightly tucked in here. When we're ready, let's bring our eyebrows center to meet the knee. On the inhale, rise up. Exhale to lower. 3 times like so. Aham Prema. Aham Prema. And when you're ready, you can take this left hand to the outside of the left leg or weave it through the center and bring the left hand to the outside edge of your left foot, or wrap your peace fingers around your big toe. The right hand can come to the top of the right thigh. Hug in that left knee towards the left armpit. The sole of the foot towards the sky. Half happy baby, Ananda Balasana, Ananda, joyful, happy, blissful. Pondering on the ways that you love, the ways in which you express love, experience love, feel love, speak about love. Love is complex, nuanced, diverse. One more breath here in Nanda Balasana. And if you're ready, my friends, let's reach up towards the sky with the left leg. And then bend into that left knee and extend to reach through the left heel. So this gentle pulsation here. To activate and prime. Hand to foot pose. Supta Hasta Padangustasana. When you're ready, my friends, let's take that left leg out to the left towards the earth. Making sure you have space here. That you don't have enough room. So we're having a very gentle, compassionate start to our practice. One more breath here. When you're ready, let's bring that left foot back to center. Hug it in. And then let's stretch out. Take a moment here. Let's do that pentaculation again. So extend overhead with your arms. Inhale, tense up all the way from your fingers to your toes, and exhale to soften and release. inhale to tense, to contract, to draw in. So we're really drawing in the energy here towards the core. And then as you exhale, softening to release the energy. One more time. Round of 3, Aham Prema. And then when you're ready, my friends, let's hug in the knees, gently roll from side to side on our lower back, on the lumbar area. And your choice, my friends, if you want to experience this movement all the way through the spine, you can gently roll backwards and forwards on your spine to come up to a seat, or you could roll to the side and come up like that. When we're back in our seat, let's just swing our knees out underneath us, round to the back and come directly onto all fours, Vamarasana, table pose. Align your hands, wrists aligned with the short edge of your mat. Fingers spread wide, claw through the finger pads and the knuckles. Have your toes untucked here for a moment. Let's move into cat-cow. Majriyasana, Vithliyasana. Connecting with the heart, connecting with love here. So often, love is a feeling. Love is an emotion. We may have loving thoughts. We may speak loving words. We may hear love being expressed towards us. We may hear loving words spoken to us. And then thinking about how we can embody this love into action, coming into stillness here. Perhaps you take any movement you want through the spine here, circling, articulating through the spine. And then let's take the left wrist and turn the left fingers in towards us so that we open out the inside of the wrists here. If this feels really challenging, something that you can do is by placing a blanket here so that the heel of your hand is on the blanket, so it's less intense for you. Let's maintain that there for a moment and extend the right leg long behind us. Flex the foot, toes pointing down. Take 3 breaths here. Bend into your knee, and as you bend into your knee, flip your wrists so your fingers are facing forward, round through your spine. Take a moment here, and then reach back long with that leg. So now your left fingertips are pointing forward. Bring the right foot down to the earth. Begin to turn the heart, opening the heart towards the right, and reach up with your right fingertips towards the sky, coming into Vashisthasana variation, Ardha Vashisthasana. Half side plank. Have your fingers in your Haridya Mudra, compassionate heart gesture. Index curled into the base of the thumb, that fleshy part between the thumb and the index. Middle and ring finger connected here. The sole of the right foot on the earth. Press through the left foot, the top of the left foot, the left shin. Extend through the side body here. Perhaps you open across the heart by drawing the right hand from the left shoulder to the right shoulder. One full breath here in Vashisthasana. Exhale, turn your gaze, turn your heart, bring the right hand to the earth, pivot on the ball of that right foot and bring the right knee here. Check how your left wrist is feeling here. Perhaps you circulated one way, then the other way. Let's move in the other direction now. So let's take the right hand, Turn the fingers in towards the body so that the inner wrist is facing the short edge of the mat. Here. See how this feels for you here. When you're ready, let's reach back with that left leg and bring it parallel. Hug in towards the midline. Imagine that this practice is an embodiment of love, beginning to connect love with action. So the power of love is transformed into compassion and empathy and collective love. One more breath here. As you exhale, bring the left knee in, flip the right fingertips back towards the front of the mat, hugging in here. And then release that leg long. Bring the sole of the foot onto the earth. Inhale to draw the left fingers and hand across the heart to open. And reach up with your Hridaya Mudra. Again, keep reaching out through that left leg. Connect through the toes and the mound of that left foot. Stabilize here at the pelvis, at the hips. We're balancing here with our core. One more breath. Exhale, turn your gaze towards the earth, followed by your heart and hand. Roll onto the ball of that left foot. Hug it in for a moment here. Maybe make any movements you want. Rotate through that right wrist. Spread your fingers wide. Claw the fingers into the earth like tiger paws. Tuck the toes. Inhale to rise up in Padmatasana, mountain pose. Pedal your feet here. Bring in some movement. Padmatasana. And when you're ready, my friends, let's begin to walk the hands back towards our body, towards our feet. Maintaining the connection between the fingertips and the earth, or fingertips and a block or low footstool. Check what's happening with your toes. So lift your toes and place them on the earth one by one. Press through the big mound of your big toe, inner heel, little toe mound, outer heel. Unlock your knees by softening your knees. Let's work our hips back so that they come behind our heels. This is a functional forward fold. Again, functional forward fold is an activating, a priming pose. It prepares us to receive, to offer, so that we are moving with our body through compassion and empathy. Let's breathe into the back of the body here. Counter reach by drawing the tailbone towards the back and the fingertips forward and into the earth. So the tailbone is reaching back and the fingertips are reaching forward and down. Breathe into the lower back here. Fill the lungs. Create space between the hips and pelvis and the rib cage. One more breath here. And then let's walk our hands all the way back. Halfway here. Maintain the length in the spine. Bring your hands to your heart in Namaskar. Maintaining a long spine. Rise up in Tadasana, standing mountain. I'm wearing my very baggy dungarees and I know you can't see my knees here. They're so cool to practice in linen in the summer. Let's bring the big toes to touch and have a gap between your heels, perhaps the size of your fist. So this internally rotates the legs. Let's hug in here. So let's hug in the shins and the calf muscles. Have a soft bend in your knees, so we're not locking the knees. Activate the inner thighs. So imagine here that you have a block between your inner thighs. Perhaps you even place a block in your inner thighs to help to activate here. We want to turn on the muscles. We want to turn on the love in action. Squeeze the pelvis, the Mula Bandha. So squeezing the pelvis, it's kind of like drawing the perineum in, squeezing the center of the pelvis. And then you zip up here through the midline, as if you're knitting your ribs in. This is the Uddiyana Bandha. Lengthen the sternum, open the collarbones, draw the shoulders away from the ears, lift the crown up, tuck the chin in ever so slightly so that anterior head tilt is repositioned. Hands open, balancing here. When you're ready, curl in the index, bring the middle and the rings together in Hridaya Mudra. And in Tadasana here, standing mountain, feeling stable. Even in this stillness, there's dynamic movement. Notice the dynamic movement of your breath. The flow of the pran through your body. In dynamic movement, there is stillness. So thinking about this principle of dynamic principle, it doesn't mean action, action, action. It also means there is stillness within the action. There is pause for reflection in action. One breath here. Inhale, reach overhead. Take hold of your right wrist with your left fingers. Keep your hands in your Hridaya Mudra and exhale over to the left. So really draw the left wrist over. Keep the right heel connected with the earth. Yeah. Inhale through center. Let's take hold of the left wrist with the right fingers. And then let's exhale over to the right. Chandrasana pose, or Indulasana pose, as it's also known. Inhale, center. Exhale, halfway. Fold in completely. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, let's walk the hands away from us to come into mountain Parvatasana. Take a moment in Parvatasana, and from here, we're going to come into plank. So move your shoulders over your hands. Exhale back into Parvatasana. Let's flow here in Shakti wave. So coming into plank and then back into Parvatasana. So now we're going into the action. 3 more here. This churning of pran. And then when we come into plank, I invite you to bring your knees down towards the earth. Untuck your toes. Bend your elbows in towards you. Lower your heart down towards the earth. Coming to the earth, we're going to rise up in Bhujangasana. Take your fingers wide of your mat and slightly ahead of yourself. Inhale to rise up here. Lower the shoulders away from the ears. Hug in the navel, Kriyaka Bhujangasana. So let's sway here, swaying cobra. If it feels too much to be on your fingertips, bring your hands to the earth. Swaying from left to right here. And then when you're ready, we're going to go back into mountain. Bring your hands close to your shoulders, tuck your toes. Inhale to rise into mountain. Reach behind with your right leg long. Bend into your right knee and thread the right knee to bring the right hand to the top of your mat. Release the left knee to the earth. Coming into low lunge. Chatakasana. Inhale, rise up. Bring your hands into your Haridya Mudra. Open your heart. Now let's activate here. So connect through the right foot, all four corners of the right foot. Right knee aligned with right ankle. Left toes tucked. Now move your hips and pelvis slightly back so that your right knee comes back behind your heel as well. Here, squeeze everything into the middle. So imagine you are drawing the two legs together. Imagine you are drawing your feet in towards each other. Notice how your lower body activates here. Then let's sink into our hips and pelvis. And see how you create more space for love. Exhale, hands to the earth. Lift the left knee off the earth. Hop that leg in slightly so that we come into pyramid pose. Parshavottanasana. Left toes at a sort of 45-degree angle or slightly narrower. Let's dorsiflex the right foot coming onto the heel. And then let's go forward by coming onto the ball of the left heel. So right toes come up, left heel goes down. Left heel rises, right toes come down. So let's pulse here for 3 breaths. Again, your fingers can be on the earth or on blocks or a low footstool. Plant the left hand to the earth. Inhale, bend into that right knee slightly to reach up with that right hand towards the sky. Again, come into your mudra. Here in your twist. Now I'm beginning to feel the warmth embracing my body. This feeling of warmth, of this hug, of the prana of your own body creating an aura, an embrace. Exhale, right hand down to the earth. Take a moment here and we're going to step back with the right foot, moving back into mountain here. And then, my friends, let's walk the hands all the way back, coming into a forward fold again, functional forward fold. Hips and pelvis behind the heels, soft bending your knees, almost as if you are counter-reaching with your tail and your hands. Perhaps the weight has shifted into the heels here. Take a moment. And then let's halfway, Ardha Uttanasana here. And then maintaining that length in your spine, rise up into Tadasana. Take a moment here. Bring the big toes together. Have a heels apart, coming into your Tadasana, your standing mountain here. Here, let's open out our arms. Exhale, bring the right hand above the left. The right elbow above the left. Hands can come onto shoulders, backs of hands together, or left fingertips on the right palm. So the right arm is on top here. Garudasana. Garudasana, eagle arms. We're not going to move our legs from here. We're going to exhale over to the left. Inhale, center. Exhale over to the right. Inhale to center. So we're really working here in our upper body here, opening up the expansive heart space. Inhale to center. Take a moment, open out the arms. And then exhale. Let's bend into our knees, coming into halfway. Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold. Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway. Let's take a moment, walk our hands forward, coming into mountain. Take a full breath here. And this time, let's reach back with our left leg long. Bend into that left knee. Bring the left foot towards our left hand. And then lower the right knee. Coming into low lunge, Chatakasana. Chatakasana means horse pose. So this low lunge, some people call it Anjaneyasana, low crescent pose. I call this Chatakasana because we're connected with the earth here. So now let's, again, bring the hips back so they're over the right knee. And now let's activate through all of the connections with the earth through the feet. So all four corners of the left foot, the toes of the right foot. Let's hug in the thigh muscles, the adductors towards each other. Imagine we are drawing the feet in towards each other. Draw the navel towards the spine. And when you're ready here, you've activated through the lower body, let's sink into this left hip. And see how much more space you can create here. Hands in your mudra, inhale sky. Aham Prema. Aham Prema. Now, how can you activate your love? How can you show your love? Express your love, not restricted or bounded by your friends or family, but beyond. Your community. People that you have not even met. Exhale, hands to the earth. Take a moment here, and then let's lift that right knee. Actually, we're going to do our twist, haven't we? We didn't do our twist on this side. Make sure we do our twist. And exhale, left hand, lift the right knee. Let's come into our pyramid pose. So you hop that right leg in slightly so that you have the space that you need. And let's pulse here. Move with your breath. As if you are on a seesaw, moving very gently. You know, when you're children and you're walking along the seesaw. And there comes a point where it begins to tip, but it tips gently as you're walking along. So that's the feeling we want to create here. And actually, this is where we want to do our twist. So let's plant the right hand, bend softly into that left knee and reach up. So we want to stay quite high up here. This is not kind of a long or extended type side twist. Parivrita Konasana. One more breath here. Exhale, left hand to the earth. We're going to step back here into mountain. Walk the hands back, coming into this functional forward fold. Push the hips back. So you're almost ready to, when you push your hips back and you notice all this weight goes into the back body, into this, the posterior chain, this is what will help us to move forward, to drive forward. Inhale halfway, and then let's rise up. Bring the toes to touch, feet, heels apart, moving into Garudasana, arms here, open out wide. And this time, let's take the left elbow over the right, hands to shoulders, backs of hands or right fingertips on left palms. Lift the elbows. Let's exhale over to the left. Inhale to center. Keep drawing the navel in towards the spine. If you have your Tadasana set up, you'll be engaged here. Your muscles will be activated and primed. Inhale back to center. Open out the arms. Reach up. Exhale, fold forward. Ardha Surya Namaskar. Inhale, halfway. Hands can come on thighs or shins or fingertips on earth. Exhale, fold. Inhale to rise up. Exhale, hands to your heart. Now let's move forward. Inhale to reach up. Exhale to fold down towards the earth. Inhale, halfway. Let's walk our hands forward to come into our mountain, Parvatasana. Pedal your feet here. Take a moment here. Reach back with the right leg long. Step the right foot forward. Rise up into warrior here. Warrior two. Open out the arms. Inhale. Vipariti. Virabhadrasana. Or Shanti warrior. Exhale. Extended side angle. Inhale back to Shanti warrior. This time straighten through the right leg. As you exhale, let's hinge forward. Keep a soft bend in that right knee, coming into Trikonasana, triangle pose. One more breath here. Bend into that right knee. Bring that right hand to the earth or onto a block and reach overhead. Coming into Uttita Parshavottanasana, a deeper variation of extended side angle. Exhale, bring the left hand to the earth. Turn the right foot. Coming into this crouching tiger, crouching dragon pose. Let's walk all the way over to the left. And then turn the left toes to point to the top of the mat. Rotate on the ball of your right foot. Bring the right knee to the earth. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, hands to the earth. Come onto the heel of that left leg. Ardha Hanumanasana. Half monkey pose. Flex, dorsiflex that foot. Take a moment here. One more breath. Roll onto the ball of that left foot. Let's step back with the left knee to meet the right knee. Bring your forearms onto the earth. We're coming into melting heart pose, Anahatasana here. So lift the tailbone, knees underneath your hips. Walk your hands forward. You perhaps need to create more space. So walk the hands as wide as your mat, or you can come into half Anahatasana variation by folding in one arm. Eyebrow center can be resting on the earth, on a cushion or a block. Not here for long, melting hot. Breathe into the space that you've created between the pelvis and the rib cage here. This measuring yardstick will show you how much space you can create here. Breathe into this space, so breathing low and wide, almost as if it's a hot air balloon. One more breath here. Inhale, lift your gaze. Step forward with the left foot here. Lift the right knee. And let's step forward with the right foot to the back of the mat here. Take a moment here. Bend into your knees, rise up. Exhale, hands to your heart. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Let's step the right foot back, the left foot back. Bring that left knee to the earth. Take a moment here. Hands on the earth here. Reach back, come into Ardha Hanumanasana with the right foot dorsiflexed. One more breath. Roll through the foot. Let's lift that left leg. Come into crouching tiger on this side Walk the hands all the way over to the left. Rotate on the ball of that right foot so you have your left foot here. Take a moment here. Drop the right heel. Rise up into Mahavirabhadrasana, the Great Warrior. Exhale, right hand to the right leg, up and over with the left arm. Shanti Warrior or Vipariti Virabhadrasana. Exhale, extended side angle, left forearm on left thigh. Inhale, Shanti. This time straighten through the left leg. Coming into Trikonasana. So left hand to the left leg, right arm reaching up, or you can keep it on your hips. Trikonasana on this side. Bend into the left knee, plant the left foot, left hand on the earth or onto your blocks. Reach up and over with the right arm coming into extended side angle here. Let me turn around so I've not got my back towards you. Extended side angle here. Exhale, right hand to the earth. Rotate on the ball of that right foot. Step the right foot forward to meet the left. Inhale, rise up. Hands reach overhead. Exhale to your heart. Tadasana at the top of your mat. Take a breath here. Connect with the flow of breath, the flow of pran. Pran carries with it love, compassion, and empathy. Aham Prema. I am love. I am universal love. And with this love, I can create change for myself, for my loved ones, for my friends, for my community. This is the power of love in transformation, power of love in action. It goes beyond the individual self. Inhale to reach up. Exhale to flow down. Inhale, halfway lift. Bring your hands to the earth and walk your feet back to come into mountain. Parvatasana. Bring the knees to the earth. Let's Ashtanga Asana. Knees, chest, chin, 8-limbed pose to the earth. Slide your knees away. Take a moment here. And then bring your hands, come onto your forearms and interlace your fingers here. Have your toes untucked. Take a moment here. In this Salamba Bhujangasana, a variation of Sphinx or Cobra pose. Open the heart. Breathe into the lower rib cage. Tuck your toes. Lift yourself up to come into forearm plank. Engage the core. Turn onto the outside edge of your right foot. Leave the right forearm on the earth. Your left hand can act as a scaffold and reach up with your left fingertips to the sky. So I don't know if you can see me, but we are in a side plank on the forearm here. One more breath here. Exhale, bring the left hand to the earth, rotate on the ball of your feet, and then let's roll over onto the left side. Again, let's draw this right hand up. You're on the outside edge of your left foot, lifting your hips here, left forearm on the earth. You can keep your right hand as a scaffold on the earth. Exhale, lower, roll onto your feet, come directly onto the earth. Coming into pranam. So extend your arms long. Bring the eyebrow center onto your mat or onto the earth. Reach your hands forward. And then bring your hands into Namaskar or prayer at the back of your head. Lying here in Pranam, this body gesture, this body mudra of humility, of compassion, of love, of faith. One more breath here. Reach your arms long. And here, bend into your elbows. Bring your elbows parallel to your shoulders. Inhale, lift your upper body here so that you come into this variation of baby cobra with your hands lifted. You can spread wide through your fingers. Press into the big toes. Engage the navel. Lengthen the sternum. Relax the shoulders. Lift the crown. Exhale, lower. One more time. Inhale, baby cobra. Hands-free model. Exhale, hands to the earth. Tuck in your elbows. Rise up. Perhaps you come into high cobra. Let's sway here. Triak Bhujangasana. And then all the way back in child's pose. Have your knees wide or together. Yogi's choice. And when you're ready, lift your eyebrow center, lift your heart, lift your arms, stretch out to have a big yawn here. Inhale. One more time, inhale. So we've been resetting our nervous system through our practice. Exhale, come into your seated Sukhasana. Perhaps you're seated on a block. And feel the warmth of your body. Connect with the sensation of the movement happening within you. Notice how your body is still very dynamic, even though you've come into stillness. This is the energy that rises and transforms. Bringing your hands into your Haridya Mudra, tuck in the index finger. Thumb and ring fingers come to touch. Little fingers extended, palms face up on your knees. How can you activate and prime yourself for love in action? What does love in action look like? Sometimes I fail in expressing and acting on love. Sometimes I become too attached to my own sense of ego, knowing that love means sometimes we have to not attach ourselves to our feelings in order to offer love that is truly compassionate and listens deeply to others. Inhaling, hands to your heart. Let's close our practice by chanting Aham Prema 3 times and then Om Shanti 3 times. Inhale to prepare. Aham Prema, Aham Prema, Aham Prema. Om, 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 Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Dhanyavad. Thank you, my friends. Thank you, my beautiful dog. He knows when practice is over. You know, Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti means practice is over. Thank you so much, my beautifuls.